Hello. So for chapter 5, I start with question 1. Something meaningful to me that I find difficult to put into words is nostalgia. Um, I can describe the events that brings the feeling of nostalgia, but the feeling nostalgia gives me, it's really hard to put into words. Uh, for example, whenever I'm in Brown's Edition near the Elk, I pass the Marlboro Apartments, like right across the street from them, and I lived in them when I was a kid with my dad, and I just get this overwhelming sense of nostalgia every single time. And I get it from the smell of an old apartment building that smells like it. I can't describe the feeling. It gives me like warm, fuzzy, but it's just not something I can really pinpoint. It's been like a concurrent thing in my life. Like anytime I get nostalgia, it's just, I mean, it's an abstract idea and it's different for everyone. Yeah, it's really hard to put into words. I'm struggling right now. Um, and then for chapter 5, I also did number 5, and that is, can you think of an example of gratuitous concurrence in your own life? Yeah, so I worked as a dishwasher at Hogan's for many years, and I worked with a guy named Juan. And Juan's from Mexico, super cool dude. He doesn't speak any English, very very little, maybe like greetings and thank you and stuff like that. And I speak just about as much Spanish. We worked together for years. We worked really well together because we just grind and get our work done every Saturday and Sunday. But if there's something that he needed or I needed, it really just came down to hand gestures and miming. And we a lot of the times it would work out, but one time it stuck in my mind. Um, there's this little attic shelf above the dish pit that we have a bunch of extra stuff, a bunch of boxes. And Juan's got a really bad back, so he can't climb up there. But I was 16, 17 at the time, so I could get up there. And we needed a box of light bulbs. I didn't know that. So Juan's trying to tell me to go up to the attic. He's pointing. I have no idea what he's saying, so I just kind of nod my head and walk away. And then one of the cooks grabs me and tells me, Juan needs you. Oh, and I go back there. He's pointing again. I feel real bad. Like I just walked away from him when he was trying to, get something across to me, but I didn't really get what he was trying to do. So I get up there once I understand, and it just turned into this game where I was picking up a box. He'd shake his head no. He's trying to show, like, he's pointing at light bulbs. He's making it as clear as he can. He's just, uh, just box after box after box. Finally, we get the box, or I get the box, and we both just, like, start laughing and cheering. Like, it's just something so small, like a light bulb. And it took 5-10 minutes just for me to figure out which box it was. But at the end of it, I still felt a little guilt and embarrassment just by how I dismissed him. And, it was an absurd situation. It ended up being a funny time for us, But that is some gratuitous concurrence that I definitely remember. For chapter 6, I did number 2. And some adapters that I noticed in others. I noticed quite a few with my wife. They're just tiny things, but it gets the point across instantly. Like when she's tired, she likes to slouch her shoulders just forward and kind of like just tilt her head back. And, the more slouched her shoulders are and the more tilted back her head is more tired and more grumpy. So that's one that I definitely notice. Make sure to notice. Another one is like when she wants to leave somewhere. I don't know if she does it on purpose or not, but and she would like if she wants to leave somewhere, go home, but doesn't want to say it out loud. Doesn't want to like kill the mood for everyone else, or I don't know. She'll kind of get doughy-eyed and like hold eye contact with me long enough where I immediately know exactly what she wants. Yeah, and one I do that both my wife and my mom will call me out for, because I guess I do it too often. I don't know. Is that when there's a conversation that I get disinterested in or want to end, my eyes kind of glaze over and I just kind of start nodding my head like, okay, yep, uh-huh. And I don't do it on purpose, even if I'm, still engaged in conversation, I'm listening. It's an involuntary thing, just maybe a sense of urgency for something else. I don't know. But I'm consistently called out for that one. For number 4, chapter 6, regarding emojis. Emojis are interesting. I'm a pretty simple guy. I like to stick to smiley faces, cute animal emojis, an occasional heart. I do find when I branch out, they can come off much different than I mean. There's one where it's like just black eyes and the tongue sticking straight out like, and I thought it meant that I was really hungry. So one day I sent it to my wife, and apparently it's just a really creepy emoji. It's interpreted that way, not as hunger as I initially thought. I've asked my brothers and sisters just to make sure I'm not crazy, and they're like, yeah, that's just a creepy emoji. I had to explain to her, I thought it just meant I was hungry, but all she got was one singular creepy emoji sent to her phone, and she just thought I was being a weirdo. And my grandma, she always had a flip phone, but semi-recently she got an iPhone, and she's having a lot of fun with it. When she's texting me, she likes to send me a lot of like hard eyes, like the kissy face. Personally, I think those are really just reserved for someone you really want to smooch. I don't know. It makes me giggle every time she sends it to me, and I won't correct her ever, just because how weird and absurd it is. And yeah, everyone I show the text messages to are slightly disturbed, a little confused. It's totally innocent, obviously. It's my grandma, but it is a funny thing. Like, she has no context for emojis, so she just wants to give me a kiss on the cheek or whatever, but she's just sending me 10 kissy faces, 10 hard eyes, along with every text message. So, yeah. All right, thank you.